got the button. Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. I hope that you're well and keeping your quarantine to yourself and keeping your social distance and not having a bunch of issues with everything. I mean, we got a little bit of good news. Anybody that happened to hear the president's speech here a few minutes ago, he's leaving it up to the governors of each state, but they've got a little plan in place to systematically start opening things back up. So you'll have to stay tuned to your governors now and listen to what they've got to say about how they're going to open things. And even then, it could be different from county to county. So, you know, if one county has been hit hard with the Rona, then they may be locked down a little bit longer. But, you know, some of the other counties that weren't hit so much, they're going to start opening up. So this is some good news. I mean, it's not jubilation, but we may be starting to come out of this a little bit. I know my hair is going to be so happy to see a beautician eventually, and my nails, they're screaming at me. They need done bad. So I'm hoping that they start opening some things up that I can get some of the attention that I deserve. Let's see who's out there in the chat. We got Mark Lindsay out there. We have Simply Wooden Creations out there. That's Russell. We've got Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir's out there. We got Harnell Media. That's Steve. And we've got, let's say Mark Lindsay is out there. So we got a few of them coming in. Be sure and hit that thumbs up and share. Let's get folks in here. I've got a little plan that I'm going to tell you about here in a minute. But before I do that, we'll recognize Mr. Jackrabbit Haas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Haas, co-host of Mind Equals Blown, and I am glad to be here. I stopped putting my channel. I have so many channels, I can't even remember them all. So it just says Matt Haas.
Yeah. He's with All Things YouTube. He's with Awesome Wood Things. He's with Piano Awesome, and about a dozen more that we forgot about. See, we got Side Armin Rahman is in the chat. Good to see you. Frankie CNC is in the chat. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Tell your friends. Invite everybody you know. We'll pack the house tonight. We'll have a little fun here, and we'll throw out some amazing facts, some mind-blowing facts.
We would like you to throw out some mind-blowing facts as well. That's what we do here. You give us interesting facts in the chat room. Brenda and I will riff off them, and if it blows our mind, I'll give you virtual tacos. What do you give them?
I'll give them a free cowbell ring.
Woo! Could be yours, folks. Could be all yours. Drop true but interesting facts, and we will go.
It ain't worth much, but hey, you know, it is what it is, and it's a lot of fun. Luana Pierce just came in the house. We'll say hey to her. Good to see you. And, you know, we've had a little snafu with the YouTubie because they decided in their infinite wisdom, which I never agree with their infinite wisdom ever on anything. But they have decided that they're going to take the little thing away from us where you can click on the three dots after somebody's little thing there in the chat when you wave your cursor over it, and you can go to their channel and check them out. They decided to take that away from us. So what I'm going to do is, because I wrote to them there on the tweeter, and they didn't tweeter me back. They love to ignore me. And ignoring me is not the thing to do, because then I start taking matters into my own hands and it gets ugly. But here's what I'm going to do. If y'all would, it won't work tonight, but it'll work for next week if we can do this right. If you would like to have your show put there or your channel put in the chat, if you will send me an email to brenda.gibson@gmail.com. My email address is in every description on every one of my videos. I am easy to find. Send me the URL in an email to your channel and tell me what the channel name is, because some of you, you know, when you send an email, it doesn't come up there what your channel name is. Tell me what the channel name is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Stream Elements to put that in the chat. and we'll just let Stream Elements put your links in the chat for you. And that way people can click on that link and it'll take them over to your page and they can check out what you're doing. There's more than one way to skin a cat. YouTube can slow us down, but they can't stop us.
No, they can. We got a super chat from Luana. Thank you, Luana. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Luana. She wants a little cowbell. Let's see. I seen a little cowbell over here. There's a little cowbell.
Crystal McGuire stopped by. Terry Maker's here. Hello, hello.
Glad That's Terry Marker.
Terry Marker, I'm sorry.
Terry Marker's in the house. Good to see you. Hey, Crystal. Good to see you too, hun. Crystal put a thing up on Facebook a while ago wanting to know what's something that your mother always said when you was a kid that you've never forgot.
God willing and the creek don't rise.
Well, one thing that my mother used to say, I put it there on her Facebook, but my mother used to say, I'm going to punch your head so far down between your shoulders, you're going to have to unbutton your shirt to see where you're going.
Oh, that's a pretty harsh thing to say.
And that's one thing you don't forget. Because I used to just sit and study on that for hours. On how does that work? I mean, how do you get your head pushed down between your shoulders so far that you had to unbutton your shirt to see where you're going? That's just awful.
Frozen Furies here with zeros and threes for the vowels.
Glad to see you in the house, Frozen. Now, he's a guitar picker. Lord have mercy, he can pick a guitar. And we got spinning and winning slots with Blaine in the house. Good to see you, Blaine. Hope everything's going well. I believe, if I remember, my old memory serves me correct, you're up in Michigan. So I hope that everything kind of lets up for you all up there soon, since the president gave his speech tonight and the governors are supposed to start letting things up a little bit and easing up on us with the hunkering down and being hid in the house.
Look at Mark Lindsay's CNC's comment. He says, that's leet speak spelled L33T. Leet. That's a gamer thing. He recommended I start a channel called All Things Matt. So maybe I'll launch that channel this week before the week's out.
All Things Jackrabbit.
Well, my last name does translate to rabbit.
That's right.
Yeah, so.
Well, if you notice the name of tonight's show, it says, as the bunny hops over the horizon. Because Easter's over with now, so that the bunny, we're waving goodbye, give the Queen's wave to the bunny. So, Simply Wooden Creations put one out there, says, Manus shrimps can punch their prey or enemies with the force of a bullet. They have one of the fastest and most powerful punches in nature.
Awesome. See, you get a taco, Russ, from Simply Wooden Creations.
How'd you like to be about to take a bite of one of them things that it punches you right in the kisser as hard as it can punch you? You think a bullet's done hit you?
We have a lot more mass than a shrimp, so it probably won't hurt us that bad.
Oh, mercy. Yeah, he's up there in Michigan, Blaine is. Yeah.
We have a comment from Luana about her parents says, Dad said, I brought you into this world and I could darn well take you out.
And her mom used to say, if you just go back to church, things would be better.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom used to say a lot of things, but I'll never forget that one about, punching my head down between my shoulders so far I'd have to unbutton my shirt to see where I was going. Good golly. That's an awful thing to say.
Oh,
my dad used to get on me for something I used to say because, I'd say, we'd be talking about somebody say, I think they're 5'6". He'd say, 5'6". That is an awful thing to say about. Don't never say anybody's 5'6". I say, well, you want me to say they're a few sandwiches short of a picnic, or what would you like for me to say?
Not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah, not the brightest crayon in the box. I mean, what? I'm trying to be polite about it.
Crystal McGuire has one. My mama always said, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Yep. There's a lot of truth in that. And Luana says there are more than 150 species of owls in the world, and some counts indicate more.
Owls are crazy. Do you see the number of owl photos there are on the internet?
I put most of them up there.
They are amazing creatures. I love their eyes. Their eyes are like telescopes. Mm-hmm. And they're just so majestic.
I have been a fan of owls ever since I was a little kid because my little brother was afraid of them. And anything I could do to torture him was,
Oh no.
great for me. So, anything with an owl, because you just put like a picture up in front of him of an owl, and Lord, he'd crap his pants and everything else. And
They're terrifying. My one buddy, Joel, he said he was coming in and he had us a tree 15 feet from his front door, and there was a 2-foot owl staring him down, and he stopped dead in his tracks, and he got his cell phone and he called his wife. She says, I might not make it inside. This thing's not moving, and it has got a beat on me. So he went real slow into the house.
Yeah, you don't want them to sink them talons into you, that's for sure.
Uh,
We got some more sayings out there.
Okay.
We got have a bubble off plum, 2 fries short of a Happy Meal,
Oh, I like that one.
not the sharpest tack in the box, sharp as a marble.
I like, you're twice as smart as a bag of shit.
Yeah, but I always like that one, 5 shot 6.
Well, I was a Judge Judy fan. I still am, and she has a lot of sayings. She says, "Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining."
Yeah.
If it's, and you can't fix stupid.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Don't blow smoke up my butt and call me a chimney.
Portal Woodworks is here. A brick shy of a full load, says Portal Woodwork.
Yeah.
Hi, Portal. Always good to see you.
Good to see you out there, David. Oh my goodness.
I heard it's half as sharp as a bag of wet mice, says Mark Lindsay CNC. Many owl species have asymmetrical ears that are different lengths on their heads. This gives the bird superior hearing and the ability to pinpoint where prey is located, even if they can't see it. And they also fly silently.
Yeah.
They are deadly. They're silent. I mean, nothing else you can describe it. No sound. When I was about 14, I was at my friend's house, and the mom was out tending her flowers, and it was dark out, and an owl just flew over, and I looked up, and there was this white feather, and it was a white owl, and the feather just it went right down in front of us, and it was like I guess the real poofy part. Anyway, it was cool. It was cool. Love them. Love owls. I would own one if it wouldn't be such a hardship raising it. They require a lot of.
Yeah, they in domesticated circumstances, they require a lot. It's like falcons and that kind of thing. You really have to put a lot of time in on something like that.
Have you seen the baby owls?
No, but it's so sweet.
They said this is how you weigh an owl, and the baby is all kind of rolled up in a little tiny towel, and it's just its head sticking out, and it's on the scale. It's just sitting there like, are we done yet? I dig it. I don't care. Guilty pleasure.
I used to have a Weimaraner. You know what a Weimaraner is?
Oh no.
It's a dog. It's a breed of dog. They're big and gray, and they're a German dog, and they're great hunters. But I used to use mine in hunting a little different than a lot of other people would. Mine liked to hunt. She loved to hunt raccoons. And so I would go out with the fellas that had the hound dogs, the Walker Coon hounds and all that, I'd take my Weimar. And I didn't have to take a gun. And they'd say, what do you think you're going to do bringing her along? She can't hunt. I said, well, we'll see about that. So when we go, they'd turn the walkers loose, and they'd be baying, and running. And the next thing you know, my Weimar name was Nell. And here come Nell back with a raccoon in her mouth, while their walkers are still out chasing and treeing coons and stuff. And she was silent. The raccoons never heard her coming.
Wow. Raccoons are trash pandas.
And the guys would be all standing there, with their mouths hanging open, because they couldn't believe, I didn't even have to take a gun. I just send Nell out and say, get it. And she come back with a raccoon.
Yeah, we have Brian Barn Rat Wrigley is a exterminator, and he can tell you about raccoons and how awful they are as a species. Boycott Matt Haas is here. Look at that. Now, Boycott Matt Haas is a moderator on my on my All Things YouTube channel.
I think that's the only moderator that you got over there, ain't it?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. That's how you become a moderator. You have the word Matt Haas in your channel name. Yeah. Even if it says boycott as the prefix, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, Terry Marker says that Weimaraners are pointers. Well, they can be pointers. She never pointed nothing. She just went and got it. She didn't take time to do no pointing. She said, that is a waste of time. I'm just going to go get it and bring it back.
Mark Lindsay has a new band name, the Trash Pandas.
Luana says, an owl's eyes are supported by bony eye sockets, and they cannot turn their eyes. Instead, owls can rotate their heads up to 270 degrees, but they cannot turn their heads all the way around.
Right, right.
Portal says, raccoons, it's what's for dinner. Yep.
Corkboard TV's here. Hi, Scott.
Hey, Scott, how you doing? He's having dinner is what he's doing.
I see.
Russell says, the idea of Guinness Book of Records came to Sir Hugh Beaver in the 1950s. He had an argument in a pub about the fastest game bird in Europe. He couldn't find an answer in any book. He decided to compile a book of facts and figures to help settle the pub argument.
That's cool. There was an expose on the Guinness Book of World Records. It's actually a rather corrupt organization. And the only way you can actually be in the book, like you would think they would just scour the world for records and publish it. Like that's the model you would think exists. No, you've got to dump buckets of cash into that organization before they'll lift a finger and pre-approve you and then approve the event with a staff. It's all crooked. But anyway, the way it's run, I'm sure the facts are legit. But
and Jim Bashir says, Hugh Beaver? Well, apparently.
I like beavers. There's my beaver. Oh, and I will share, I was talking about how I won this beaver with Javier Unzueta. He's a maker in the woodworking community. And I said I won him at Whack-A-Mole. And as I always do, I declare that I am the champion and all-time best Whack-A-Mole player on the planet. And he said he was. Can you believe that? I haven't lost a Whack-A-Mole game since 1998. So he's convinced he can beat me. So when we see each other, we're gonna figure out where a Whack-A-Mole is, and we're gonna battle it out. And it's gonna be available to bet online. You can place your bet, and I'm the sure winner. It's a lock.
And I think that it needs to be on video, you know.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Because if it's not on video, it didn't happen.
Yeah. So
yeah, Mark's saying it used to be that way, Matt. It was a collection of records gathered from around the world.
Mark Lindsay, sounds like a Whack-A-Mole challenge. Oh, it so is. It so is. It is on. Whack-A-Mole Showdown, says Portal Woodworks. Or the biggest book. Yes. And it's not 50-50 either. I am the clear advantage. Yep. You get 3-2 odds with me. Yeah, and you get double your money with my competitor Javi.
Luana says, for most owl species, females are larger, heavier, and more aggressive than males. If the birds are dimorphic, the female is often more richly colored than the male, as in humans. Females are larger. We don't start out that way. Heavier and more aggressive.
Mel's here. I was sitting at home thinking, has mind been blown? And then I realized that I was not there. Yes. 7 p.m. Eastern every Thursday. That's where you need to be. Jim Dockrell's here.
Welcome, Mel. Good to see you. And
do we have mods to deal with Jim Dockrell? He's here.
Well, Jim doesn't need to be handled. Jim, he's my brother from another mother.
I know he is. I tease him because I love him.
Russell says every planet of the whole solar system can fit between the Earth and the Moon. Average distance between the Earth and the Moon is 384,400 kilometers, or 238,555 miles. Now, my question is that social distancing?
Everyone should be 1.5 light seconds away from each other. Because that's the distance between the Earth and the Moon. That's why it takes 3 seconds when they were talking to the moon landing. They would talk and they would pause and they would come back. Well, it was 1.5 seconds to get there, and then 1.5 seconds for it to get back. It was 3 seconds round trip.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't just lazy on the radio. They were anyway.
Jim Dockrell says that you've tried to handle him on several occasions.
We were doing that in confidence, Jim.
Well, I'm going to put in some shameless plugs for some people here. We got Russell. He has Simply Wooden Creations channel, and he does a live stream on Saturday night on Simply Wooden Creations, and it's at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. He has a panel. I'm generally on that panel on Saturday nights. Sometimes Matt's there. There's a whole bunch of us that participate there on the panel. So you need to get over to Simply Wooden Creations and hit the red button over there so that you can get more of what all we offer. A bunch of craziness and sometimes educational stuff. You just never know what you might learn. And then I will also mention he has a Saturday or a Monday through Friday morning show. Not all mornings, it's just when we're available. But that happens about 8 a.m. on 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I have to be in here at 8 a.m. to get myself organized. But yeah, 9 a.m. we have that morning show, and we talk about silly things in the news. All kinds of silly news stories. So you might want to come and enjoy that while you have your coffee of a morning. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Quarantine day 981.
Sure feels like it. Thank you, David, for supporting this channel. Appreciate that. That helps. Mind Equals Blown.
Sure I think this year has been the longest year in the history of years.
I know, right? Well, March had 97 days. That's what the internet says.
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
I feel like we've already been through 97 days with April, so we might double that.
I will also put in a shameless plug for Harmel Media. He is the guru of Makers Media Network. So you want to go to makersmedianetwork.com and check him out over there. Check us all out. We got stuff in the shop. So if you go to the shop, you can look at the merchandise from the makers and find shirts and mugs and all kinds of cool stuff over there.
They have the face bandana. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, it's a mask type thing, a bandana mask. So you might want to check those out and see if they have anything over there that you'd like. They double for a shop mask for those of you that work out in the wood shop and stuff to keep the dust out of your face and out of your mouth.
Who ride motorcycles wear them because it helps keep. And they've got the logos on them. Jimbo 5312 is here. Hi, Jimbo.
Mark Lindsay says shameless plugs. Hair transplant from a place you can't see when you're dressed.
I could use some plugs in this area for sure. It's never happening. I'm just going to go bald gracefully.
Mel says sometimes educational. That means there's a lot of horsing around. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on, but sometimes you learn something. You never know what might be educational. Somebody laughed over a show that Russ did one time to me talking about glue. We spent like an hour and a half just talking about glue and all kinds of glue.
It's crazy. I find the topic very entertaining, and I am all in on adhesives, man. I've got them all. I've got 2-part epoxy for plastic, and I've got all kinds of craft adhesives and wood glues. Oh, I love it. $5 super sticker from Luann.
Yep. Thank you, Luann. I appreciate that. And then Boycott Matt Haas threw in $2 and a penny. Says, "Beat that, Portal."
Portal put in since my All Things YouTube channel does not have super chat ability, it's not that big of a channel. I have a StreamYard way to pay, and Portal Woodworks gave me a donation, a tip is what they call it, and he got his name on my little bottom banner.
On your
and
bottom.
then he said, "I dare anyone to beat me." Thought that was fun.
Like he's got his name on your bottom.
He's got
Is that a tattoo?
Just about.
Well, now here is my big news. Here's what you've all been waiting for. I now have on my show page. Let me see if I can get it up here on the other page. And I don't see it there now. It might not be there yet, but it's coming. Membership.
Oh, wait.
Because I filled out all the paperwork and everything, and so now it's in review for me to have membership. There will soon be 3 tiers of membership for my channel.
30,000 subscribers. It's 10,000?
10,000.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
And so soon we will have memberships. The first membership level is for the heifers. And if you want to be heifer level, then what I will do for you is I will do a shout out to your channel on every one of my videos. And then the next level is the cowbell level. And if you want to be in the cowbell level, I will do some private videos just for my fans, or just for my Patreon folks and the memberships of the bloopers, because not everything makes it to YouTube. All right.
Okay.
So we'll do some of that, and then the third level, I will do some extra videos that's just for the people that are members of the channel. And you get, if you go to the third level, that's super fan level, you get all 3 levels of it.
Yeah. So every level inherits the one below.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want to get in on that, keep watching on my channel, because that's coming. They're supposed to be reviewing all that now, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So just stay tuned. I was hoping that they'd have it approved by tonight, but the wheels over there run slow.
And I think they're on to you, that you've been giving them heck for every misstep that they have.
Well, somebody's got to.
I know.
Somebody's got to keep them in line over there. You're not doing it.
I try. I put in a request to have a YouTube employee appear on Awesome with Things, or on All Things YouTube. It might happen.
We'll see. Sit there and hold your breath till it happens.
Jimbo said he gave Ross a mask, and we should check it out. You should check it out in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Jim Dockrell, the longest year was 46 BC, 445 days. Julius Caesar ordered it so the new calendar would line up to the solar year.
Yeah, but before they had leap years, the calendar would miss a day every 4 years. And it doesn't take long for it to be a whole month behind. And before that, there were a whole season behind. And people said, we got to do something about that. And I think that's what Caesar did. He kind of...
Mark Lindsay says, fact, San Francisco cable cars are the only national monuments that can move.
Ooh.
I don't think that I would enjoy San Francisco, because it's too much uppy downy thing for me. I've seen them streets are like on end over there. It's worse than a roller coaster.
It is. It's landlocked. Like there's water on all sides, and it is very overpopulated, and hipsters are everywhere. Oh my God. Didn't like it. Now, San Diego, on the other hand, that was a little slice of paradise, especially out by the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called? Coraline or Coronado. Coronado is the beach. Oh, gorgeous. I was laid back. It's like LA is like a metropolis. It's like a city. I can do without that. San Diego was the best.
I was through San Diego very briefly back about 40 years ago. And it was a very brief stint. I didn't get to see much of it, but I did get to see the Queen Mary, because we were staying up in Anaheim, and we had to make a little trip down to San Diego. So on the way down to San Diego, we stopped at the Queen Mary, and I got to see that. That was pretty cool. I've got pictures in an album that I took there. That was pretty neat.
Works hard for MK3's here. Hello, hello.
Hey, good to see you.
Skywatcher footage is here. Oh, look at the channel icon. It's of a planet.
Cool.
Nice.
And now I will mention again for anybody who come in late that didn't hear me tell this. YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, has decided that they're not going to give us the ability to click on the 3 buttons after somebody's comment in the chat and be able to access their channel to see if we want to subscribe to them or if we're interested in what they have to offer or anything like that. Sometimes it's very difficult to find somebody's channel. So without that ability. So with that being said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. If you would like to email me the URL to your channel along with your channel name, I will put it in the stream elements here. You'll see stream elements throws stuff out there every once in a while in the chat.
Bot. It's a chat bot.
Yeah. And I'll put that in stream elements, and they can it will put your information, your URL and stuff in the chat so that people can check your channels out. There's nothing to stop us from doing that. So I see no reason why we shouldn't take advantage of it. So if you would like to have your channel mentioned in my live stream chats, that's the way to do it right there.
So you're going to manually copy it from email into the stream elements system.
Yeah.
And then to fire like what? Once every 60 minutes or something?
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Maybe not every 60 minutes, maybe sooner than that. But
an automated way, like have a Google form where they could fill out and then have if this, then that. Oh,
well, you figure it out. You come up with a better way to do it than I want to do it, and we'll do it, whichever way's easier. But there's more than one way to skin a cat. We'll figure out how to do this. They can't stop us from growing our channels. I mean, you can do all kinds of things to promote your channel, but it's a lot of work. You have to go on all the social media. You have to promote all the videos you do. To every place that'll allow you to post it. You have to write it on the truck stop walls. You have to promote it on bumper stickers. Everything that you can do to promote your channel. But for YouTube to take the ability for us to check out each other's channels, and it goes deeper than that. Because if you're a moderator in a chat and somebody comes in causing trouble, the first thing you do is you check their channel out to say, okay, is this a legitimate person that has some kind of a beef or something? Or is it a troll? Is this somebody that we need to nip in the bud immediately or what's going on? And so it makes the jobs for the moderators much more difficult when you can't check out somebody's channel.
I was on the Google forums trying to figure out what happened to this, what Google's take on it was, or YouTube's take on why they removed the feature. And there was a mod from 3 of the biggest live streams out there. I think Markiplier was one and something else. And he's like, look, this is a critical feature for mods. People come in impersonating. We need to go to their channel and figure out if they're legit or not before we boot them or something that now we can't do that easily.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Because if, it's somebody that doesn't have any videos up or, that maybe they're new or whatever, trying to find their channel is like looking for a needle in the haystack. Because I have tried to do that, pull up another page and start searching to see if I can find them. I can't find them. So it makes life a whole lot more difficult. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Jim Dockrell says, previous to the Julian calendar, they relied on a lunar calendar, which is about 10 days every year to the solar current calendar. That's interesting.
Replying to Mark Lindsay, he says you can copy the name and then do a search and then go to the channel that way. But that's
don't always show up that way. Is the problem.
Sometimes the channel won't show up because it might not be,
or it might be a popular name for a channel, and there might be 50 channel or more than 50, 500 channels with the same name, and
even if it was a surefire thing, it's still three clicks.
Yeah,
it's too many actions.
Yeah,
people.
By the time you find it, they've done took over the whole show.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see. Jim Dockrell says, of note, the sun is considered a masculine entity while the moon is feminine one, which answers the question, why does it take women so long to get ready?
I don't quite get that, but okay.
Dave Hart is out there in the chat. Hey, Dave, good to see you.
Hi, Dave.
If I missed you when you came in, I don't remember saying hey to you. Mark Lindsay says, nothing stopping anyone from copying them. Oh, okay. You read that one.
And Luana put a similar comment in. Yeah, you can copy and do it that way. It's just more of a hassle.
Yeah. I mean, when you're a moderator and the chat's running, you don't have time to be fooling around, rinky dinking on, well, how do I find this person? Oh, well, let's copy paste and let's search and let's look at 5 pages of stuff here that YouTube's got up to see if we might be able to accidentally stumble across this individual that's causing a problem over in chat. I mean,
do a search for Matthew Haas. You'll get 200 channels that are all named Matthew Haas.
Yeah. So, it's not a good way to run the railroad. It could be a cloned account, Mel points out. So, yeah.
So we'll see.
Mark says, I have a feeling I can paste Mel's name in a search box, for instance, and go to that channel, but I get what you're saying. Well, yeah, but he's not a troublemaker. It's the thing that the troublemakers are the ones that have the accounts that you can't find anywhere. You have to go through hoops and, jump through fire rings and everything else, try to find it to make sure that you're, slapping down somebody that needs to be slapped down. You don't want to slap somebody down that don't need to be slapped down.
Yeah, Portal says, try my name, David Jones, in the search box of YouTube. And I think I remember Portal saying that's why he's Portal Woodworks, because he just couldn't get on top of David Jones. There's too many of them.
Yeah.
And then there's like the David Jones locker. There's like it's yeah.
David Jones from the Monkees, and
my name's not all that common. My last name's not all that common, but it's common enough. I can only imagine what you're dealing with, David Jones. Woo!
Matt has difficulty making the bridge between my calendar post and my comment.
Yeah. I'm not firing on all cylinders today. I'm a little under the weather. So,
Mark Lindsay says, true. As a mod, you just gotta react quickly. When in doubt, boot them out. Well, yeah, and then the person that's running the channel has to, deal with the fallout from all that. If it turns out there was a legitimate individual, then they got to go and unboot them and do the apologies. And, it would be much simpler if we could just click the button and just check out their channel. I mean, it ain't rocket science, but, YouTube has decided that they're going to try to make things more difficult. Why make things more difficult for people to get fans on their channel?
Exactly.
It's hard enough to get them.
Here. Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie, how's kitty cats? He says, sure hope we all had a fantastic day. Be safe. Well, hey, it's another day, and I woke up above ground, and I didn't have to leave the house. It's cold outside, so I didn't want to go out anyway. So all in all, not too bad. The news that we got from the presidential speech a while ago was good. He's not turning everything loose all at once, but you can't in a situation like this. It's going to be up to the governors for each state to decide how much they want to turn loose all at one time. So we'll just have to stay tuned and see what happens. But it looks like, it might be letting up for some of us soon.
That's good. Yeah, Dave Hart says, too many Dave Hart channels. He has a hard time finding his own channel.
Yeah. Jim Dogger says, I have a fairly unique name, just not very marketable, it seems.
Well, I know a guy who knows a lot about YouTube, so.
Maybe we should change Jim's name.
Oh, okay. Any suggestions?
Well, maybe it should be Jim Dickrell.
Well, Jim, what do you think?
Do you think that if we changed it just that one letter, that might make you more popular? Your middle name could be big.
Oh no, Brenda. I got something to tell you.
Oh, what happened?
I forgot to put a like on the video.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, you know what happens now.
I know.
Bless your heart.
I've been so good at putting a like on the channel on the video page before the show for so many weeks. So
you're slipping.
Come on, folks, drop a like if you haven't already. That really helps the channel out.
So Mark says, I ain't got time to check out the channel when I'm a mod. If they're trolling, I just boot them. Well, you know, that's your way of modding. I always tried to check out the channel. Now, if they were doing something horrible,
well, yeah,
right off the bat.
I think the use case is a little different, though. If you see someone that you suspect is impersonating, but they haven't done anything bannable yet, you want to get in there ahead of time and do that research. And if you have to do a 3-step process that may or may not yield them in the search, you know, that's cumbersome. That's what the mod was talking about on the Google forum where they were trying to figure out what's happening.
That's exactly right. That's why I was saying, you know, now if they're doing horrible things in the chat, you know,
that doesn't invalidate what Mark's saying. Absolutely.
Boom, you're out.
Mark, you're 100% right. Any bad behavior, you squash it immediately. Period.
But there's some where you're just like, now who is this person? This is a new one I've never seen in here before. And, you know, maybe they're typing gobbledygook in the chat or something, you know.
PewDiePie with a period, like you don't see the period,
you know. You know, just make you raise your eyebrows a little bit and say, I don't know about this. We better check this one out. You know, now they make it really, really difficult. Let's see. What else we got out there?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Mark Lindsay said he was going to go for that joke. Thanks for beating him to it. That my Jim Dockrell joke. Mark Lindsay says, we're still talking about the live stream chat, right? I just boot them. Well, if it's, let me put it to you like this, Mark. Okay. Somebody comes in the chat and you've not seen them in there before. And maybe they've like said, hi, 5 or 6 times. That's all they said, you know, just hi, hi, hi. It's not enough to boot them. They haven't done anything wrong, but you're like, okay, I haven't seen this individual in here before. They just keep saying hi. Is this a new channel? Are they new to YouTube, or is this, you know, somebody that it's a troublemaker or what? And you go over, you know, you hit the 3 dots. You can go over to their channel. You check it out, and you see that, okay, you know, this person is obviously.
It's like you might want to get ahead of it in case things go squirrely.
Or you get over there and you say, okay, this is a newbie. That they don't know how this all works or something. Maybe I can work with this individual. But if you can't find their channel, how are you going to decide what you're going to do? You just boot them out just because they're new and showed up in somebody's chat? That's not nice. You know, that's not a way to win friends and influence people.
Jim Bashir says it's getting 5 inches of snow tonight, but I got to get to the bottom of this. Look what Jim Dockrell wrote. Fact. Matt Haas holds the records for the number of reminders in a subscription feed, and then he broke his own record, LOL. I need you to explain that in a little bit more detail. What exactly is happening? The number of reminders in a subscription feed? What exactly is happening? I need to know more details about that comment.
Okay, while you're dealing with that, I'll go back on Jim's of the 5 inches of snow. He lives further north than I do. We're supposed to get 2 inches of snow down here tonight, but it's supposed to warm up on Saturday.
That's the thing about Indiana. The northern, for this, it could be completely different. Yeah. It could be rain down.
If you live about 25 miles south of me, you're probably not going to get any snow. So I'm on the southern edge of the snow system that's supposed to be coming through here.
American Wanderers here says always late, but always here.
Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
He says, I get like 10 reminders for your IMA in one day. Are you getting notifications? And where is it coming? Is it coming on a cell phone or through your browser? Is it a notification? I don't know what you mean by reminders. Like, what do you consider a reminder? I think it's a notification. Like, all things YouTube is streaming in 30 minutes. All things YouTube is streaming in 5 minutes. Is that the type of thing? Upcoming AMA reminders. I don't control that. That's not. That's I.
He's greased somebody's palm someplace. That's what's happened.
Maybe.
He did a favor for somebody, and they're trying to make up for it. See, Mark says someone trash talking someone else's chat. Bye bye, sweet pea. Yes, I agree with that. I do agree with that. If they're trash talking, that they're doing something they should not be doing in there that is totally derogatory. No questions asked. Boom, you're gone.
Yeah.
I've always been known when I'm somebody's moderator in their chat for being the hammer.
Good.
It's boom. I take care of business. I don't fool around. But if it's questionable, if it is like hi being said 6-7 times in chat, I want to know who I'm dealing with here. I don't want to be hateful to people until I know the whole story. And it just makes your job so much harder as a moderator when you can't, check your source. Okay, let's see what else we got here.
In the 3 to 5 inches of snow area. Marker. Terry Marker is in the 3 to 5 inch. Anytime I see a word that remotely looks like maker, I just say maker because I'm a maker. Matt, you scheduled like 8 live streams on all things YouTube, and they all showed up at once. Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah, I put 15. Yeah, I put the rest of the month out there. So sorry.
Luana says owls have long been cultural symbols. They have been found in cave paintings in France, in Egypt, hieroglyphics, and even in Mayan art. Today, owl superstitions and legends associate the birds with bad luck, death, and stealing souls in many cultures. I always looked at owls as being good luck.
I just think they're badass predators. That's what I think. And cute as hell when they're babies. And that I want one, but I will not own them because of the maintenance.
And I'll ask Terry, are you in Indiana? Because that's where I am. That's where Jim Bashir's is. I'm not sure where you're located, but yeah.
He's in the 3 to 5 inch band on the forecast.
Yeah, he's up there around Chicago area someplace.
I mean, he could be west or east too, but just in the
but in northern that northern band up there. Mark Lindsay says, "Oh, I know what Jim means. My subscription feed blew up with reminders that All Things YouTube is doing a daily live stream every day. It's on my subscription feed."
Well, I'm not scheduling anymore, so that will now stop. Now you'll only get the reminders on a particular day, 30 minutes before I go live, or however they do it.
Luana says she got 3 notifications on her desktop computer.
I
he's trying to outdo me because he knows that I go up to the truck stop and write my URLs to my shows on the walls in the bathrooms up at the truck stop. He's just trying to run competitions. All it is.
For a good time, watch Brenda at 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, I was thinking maybe that 5-minute Ask Me Anything was a mistake. I probably shouldn't have done it, but I'm committed now, so I'll do the rest of the month.
Well, you should be.
You're not going to get any pushback.
You walked right into that.
I'll need my head checked by professionals, like not one professional. Like I need a whole team of people working on me.
Heaven forbid that I would let a straight line like that go by without, being right there for it.
It's scary up here. Don't. Yeah. Just don't do it. I'll post a screenshot in the All Things YouTube group, says Mark Lindsay. CNC.
Okay. Terry says that he is northwest of Fort Wayne. So I am due south of Fort Wayne, about an hour south of Fort Wayne, if that gives you any idea where I'm at. So, we're fellow Hoosiers. Who's your mom? Who's your dad? Joyce McGuire's in the house.
Hi, Joyce.
That's Fred's mother-in-law.
Well, she was here, wasn't she?
Yeah. I didn't see her. She says hello, Brenda and Matt and everyone. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Joyce. Good to see you.
Crystal McGuire was in the house. Maybe you're thinking of Crystal.
Maybe I got confused. Yeah.
Crystal's down in Georgia. But Joyce is Becky's mother, and Becky is Fred's betrothed. Fred's my cockatiel, and Becky is her cockatoo, and Fred's got a thing for Becky. Becky's a pole dancing bird.
Is that an interspecies relationship? Since one's a cockatiel and one's a cockatoo.
Yep.
Oh, they're living in sin.
Yep. Yep. And love wants what love wants.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
That's right. Fred hears Becky and he just starts losing his feathers. And I tell you what.
My goodness. Dave Hart says, if an owl's good enough for Harry Potter, it's good enough for me. And has a little owl emoji. Good on you for the emoji use, Dave. I'm impressed.
Mel says that peanuts can be used to make dynamite.
No.
I like to fish with dynamite.
Yeah, that's the easy way. Just get a net and scoop them out.
Yep. Makes quick work of that fishing thing. You don't have to sit out there all day, you just scoop them up.
Just lob quarter sticks of dynamite. Kaplunk.
Yep.
Boom.
Flying fish everywhere.
Thought they just float up to the surface. The shockwave kills them.
Mel says, when extracted peanut oil can be turned into glycerol, which can then make nitroglycerin, an unstable explosive substance used in dynamite. In a safer state, glycerol is also used for soaps and creams.
Yeah. That's some nasty stuff.
I've never been blown up by bar soap. Luana says, and sometimes the heart is just dang stupid.
Have you watched Fight Club? Tyler Durden is a soap maker. And he makes soap and he does the chemical burns and then he puts the vinegar on it, the lye. He burned with the lye and then did the chemical burns. And and then his claim to fame was he would get the fat from plastic surgeons and use the fat in the soap. So he was like, it was like some sort of cruel joke to sell people back their own fat. I don't know. It was
Life would suck that fat out of him. Dave Hart says, don't forget the whale blown up by dynamite and all the damage. Yeah, we saw that on Russ's show this morning where they blew up that whale and chunks of whales flying everywhere. Part of it landed on a car. And I said, when they showed that, I said, how would you like to have to call Jake up at State Farm and say, hey, does my insurance cover wildlife damaging my car? And Jake says, sure it does. What hit you? A whale.
Is that act of God? Like that there's no category to put that in the file cabinet.
Yeah. I mean, how do you explain that to your insurance company that your car got hit by a whale?
Jim Bashir's A Whale of a Good Time. Boom. We need sound effects on the show.
Yeah, and Jim says, sorry, I misheard that. But yeah, poor old Jake at State Farm, he just takes a beating, don't he? I mean, people ask him all the time, what are you wearing, Jake at State Farm?
Polo and khakis. Oh, Dave Hart's got the whale emoji. Look at that.
Just once I'd like to hear old Jake at State Farm say, I'm wearing the garter belt and fishnets. I mean, shake it up.
I wear them for me.
Mark says, that blown up whale was on the Oregon coast about 4 hours from me. My wife's cousin was there when they let her rip. How much of that whale landed over at your place? Because they seemed to blow it pretty high. Did it make it 4 hours?
How did anyone think that was a good idea?
And they show this in this video. They show this poor schlup, carrying these cases of dynamite out there to that whale. And I'm thinking, what part of this makes you think this is a good idea? I mean, seriously, what'd you have for breakfast this morning that you think?
I mean, that much dynamite can take out the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
Like, what were they putting it in an animal for?
Yeah. I mean, what did they think it was just going to make it disintegrate and there'd be nothing left?
Yeah, just a haze, just a red haze.
Or blow it back out into the ocean. I mean, I can't imagine what was going through their minds. It's like dealing with a teenager. You know what I'm talking about. You just come out of that phase, and you ask them, what were you thinking that made you decide this was a good idea to do this? And they're like, I don't know.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. Mercy sakes. Dave Hart says there's a meme where Jake is wearing a hazmat suit. Jim Bashir says probably wouldn't be the worst thing work at home people have worn, Brenda. Well, that's probably true. Probably true. Well, now Russell also showed one a couple days ago about the law telling people to remember to wear pants when they go out to get their mail.
Was that a fake article? Because I saw that. I didn't have the time to investigate if there was a little satire.
Well, I don't know. If I could get by with it, I probably wouldn't wear pants to get the mail. I mean, shoot, it's just, a few steps out there and a few steps back.
If someone wants to look, let them look. Doesn't hurt looking.
I mean, so it blinds somebody. They didn't need to be seeing anything anyway. Let's see here. What else we got? Mark Lindsay said he was up on the hill overlooking the beach and just knew nothing good was going to come of it. Chunks flew about 500 yards, but most of the whale remained. Yeah, it showed it there in that video that we looked at, where most of it was still there. And I thought, why couldn't they just, tied something to it and drug it out?
Exactly.
To the ocean, and that'd been the end of it.
Jim Dockrell's having a conversation with his agent for insurance. Says, am I covered for hitting an animal? Yes. What did you hit? A fish. A fish? Where's your car? In the river.
Yeah.
Gotta watch those fish in the river. They'll get you every time.
I was getting a car wash.
Yeah.
That's what happens when desk jockeys make decisions without ever going to the beach. Yep. It's too many days in the office.
It worked on paper, like someone did the math. Yeah, well, they forgot to carry a 1 or something.
Well, I mean, look at all the things that the coyote drew out on the board that looked good on the board, but in practicality just did not pan out. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what, we've been on here about an hour. How about we shut her down and you do some homework on this thing for the URLs and let me know what you come up with. We'll work something out. In the meantime, everybody out there, if you want us to get your information up here so that everybody can check your channels out, since YouTube's done their little thing, get me your URL along with your channel name and send that to my email. And it's Brenda Gibson, Gibson @gmail.com. It's in the description of every one of my videos, so I'm not hard to find
as well. So
thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I'll turn another Heifer Haven loose tonight, so y'all be staying tuned for that. This one is about cooking. And I know everybody likes food and you like stories about food, so you'll enjoy this Heifer Haven. So you might want to stay tuned for that. Luann's got another fact here. She says, owls have been found in the fossil record up to 58 million years ago. The largest recorded owl fossil, like I'm going to be able to pronounce that, Ormaglops, something, stood about 3 foot tall.
That's a massive owl. Holy cow. Jim Doctor says big hoot-ers. Hoot, hoot.
Well, thank you everybody for stopping by tonight. We appreciate it, and we had a good time. Hope you did too. Tell all your friends. We're here every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, called Mind Equals Blown.
I stream all things YouTube 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday, the full show. So come on over there, 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday. All things YouTube.
Are you going to continue to do your
daily live streams at 5:30 for open Q&A? Sometimes it lasts 5 minutes, sometimes 20, sometimes a little bit longer.
And remember, you can ask him anything.
No limits. No limits.
Well, we'll see y'all on the interwebs. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.